Hi guys, today is March 23rd, 2020, and futures are actually pointing up after being the whole night down. Actually was shut down because it hit the circuit breaker after being 5% down, but now it's trading up after Fed came out and said that they will do a slew of new asset purchases, including QE. And that's pretty much throwing money into the market. And actually yesterday I was listening to CBS 60 Minutes, and Neel Kashkari is the Fed president of Minnesota, and he was talking about the situation, and he pretty much said that they will be doing the same thing as they were doing in 2008 when Ben Bernanke was named Helicopter Ben because he was throwing money off the helicopter. That's what he said. And Neel Kashkari said they will be doing the same thing again. So markets are up on these news, and let's see what happens. Let's jump into SPY. SPY didn't like the close on Friday. The close was below my target price of $234 that was set in 2018. And I don't know if this is going to be enough, this news from Fed, to lift the market. I mean, right now pre-market is trading higher, but who knows what's going to happen, because I really didn't like the close. So we need more news except for Fed and the government, federal aid. We need more good news on the virus side. Okay, so that's the SPY. So I would be very careful with my purchases. I mean, right now there are a lot of short covering going on pre-market, but who knows what's going to happen during the day. Also, the lawmakers are trying to agree on a stimulus package that is supposed to be close to $2 trillion to help the economy, but right now they're in a gridlock, and we'll see. I mean, they should be able to find a solution within the next 24 hours, and that could be a lift to the market, I think, but depends on the details. Of course, the devil is in details. So let's jump to other stocks. INO Pharmaceuticals, they were also featured on CBS 60 Minutes, and Kate Broderick, one of the chief scientists that handles or lead the program for handling coronavirus, were on that program, on that CBS 60 Minutes program, and actually they just talk about how they're going to develop this vaccine and how long it will take, and it just gives more legitimacy to this stock in general, or to this company in general, because as you know, there were a lot of short sellers that questioning the company's statement that they can develop a vaccine in 3 hours. I thought, to me, it was perfectly normal that you could generate the vaccine, and on paper, she emphasized this, on paper, to generate a vaccine in 3 hours. So Inovio is trading a little bit higher, but I think that's a good buy in my opinion, especially under $7, if it can come down under $7. Also, Moderna was also featured on CBS 60 Minutes, and they also said that they're working on a vaccine hard, and they actually emphasize they're not competing against each other. They're all competing against the virus, not against each other. So Moderna is trading higher, and if Moderna trades in mid-20s, like 25, 26, 27, I think it's a pretty good buy. Over 30, in my opinion, it's a little bit risky. But again, as soon as they provide good news, this stock will jump a lot. So just keep that in mind. Also in the news, SNGX, a company called Soligenix, they initiated work on coronavirus. It's a tiny company, but all these tiny companies that announce an initiation of the coronavirus work, as soon as they rise, they can drop immediately. So I wouldn't buy this on a hype. So just in general, I'm just giving you the stock just to watch it. SNGX. It's the same thing with the BNTX. A while ago, a few days ago, it was announced that they're collaborating with Pfizer, I think, to develop BNTX, a BioNTech drug to treat coronavirus, and this stock jumped a lot, as you can see. Like it reached like $105. Now it's trading at $46.50, even though it's opening a little bit higher. So You have to be very careful with these stocks, and yes, they are developing the vaccine, but they're initiating the trial, but it's very dangerous to be in the stocks because it's a lot of hype and a lot of speculation, and of course a lot of volatility involved. So don't buy into this hype immediately. So Boeing actually was upgraded by Goldman, which was a very bold call because of all this uncertainty about Boeing, and they also said that they will be cutting dividend and stock buybacks, obviously, because lawmakers are set to help Boeing, and it doesn't look good when you are provided an aid from basically tax holders, and immediately you turn around and pay a dividend and do stock buybacks with his money. It doesn't look good. So Boeing is cutting the dividend and removing buybacks, and Goldman is upgrading it to buy. I personally bought some shares in these prices, but I'm not sure if I can recommend Boeing in general, because it's very uncertain time. It's very dangerous, and I bought it, but it doesn't mean that you need to buy it here. But it's very dangerous play. So if you just believe in Boeing and you think that travel will resume eventually after COVID-19 pass, then not a bad time to buy Boeing. But anything can happen with Boeing, and I don't know if it's a strong stock to be in. I'm taking some risk with this one. Okay, so Coca-Cola, that's a more safe stock to be in. That was upgraded by JP Morgan, and it's a much better stock to be right now when during the sell-off, especially that considering that Coca-Cola is a defensive stock and it's paying high dividend, symbol KO. Okay, DHR company called Danaher Corporation. It received the FDA approval for its coronavirus test that takes 45 minutes instead of 4 hours or 4 days. Some test takes. So that's a pretty good company to be in on a sell-off, because it's opening higher again. I usually fade the open, and if you want to buy it after it opens, because it may drop again. Okay, symbol DHR. Okay, so last time I didn't talk about Mylan N.V. So Mylan N.V is the drug maker and manufacturer of drugs, and they're ramping up. They said actually Thursday that they will be ramping up hydroxychloroquine. I didn't think I was going to say that name, and I probably didn't pronounce it correctly, but they could have made an easier name to pronounce. But okay, so this stock has dropped a lot, and it's trading very, very low. Maybe could be a good swing trade. Actually, they announced this on Thursday. I just missed it. I had it on my list, but I didn't report it. But I'm just mentioning it right now because some people are asking me about the Mylan. MYL symbol, stock symbol. So and Netflix was upgraded also by Baird to outperform, citing that for obvious reasons, because people sitting at home and there are no sports on the TV, so people will be watching Netflix, obviously. GILD, which is Gilead Sciences, they have suspended their emergency access to its drug remdesivir due to overwhelming demand, and they have reported recently that they're close to FDA approval of its remdesivir treatment for coronavirus. And as soon as they get the approval for remdesivir, the stock will jump significantly. I think it's a pretty good price for GILD in general, because you're not risking that much. Yes, the stock can come down, but they pay pretty good dividend. It's a very solid company, and I think GILD is the place to be. Okay, so Occidental also reported that they settled with Carl Icahn, one of the activist investors, and they said that Carl Icahn people will take some of the seats on their board. I don't like Occidental right now, even though they pay high dividend, and I mean, they drop a lot. Oil at $22 in general is very dangerous for these companies to maintain production at $22. It's because some of these companies will go bankrupt. I don't know. Occidental looks like a strong company. It's a Buffett favorite. It's Icon favorite, and who knows? I mean, Occidental could survive this, but smaller companies may not. So I'm not a fan of any oils at this point. Okay, and also Deere removed the financial guidance for the obvious reasons. Symbol DE. I mean, if Deere drops lower than $100, I would be a buyer of Deere. I think it will be a very good time. In general, I don't know if the stocks will go higher. I mean, they're jumping hard this morning, but because of the close on Friday, it closed below my target price of $234 on SPY. I'm not sure if I want to buy many stocks right now because they may drop further. I would rather sit on the sidelines and wait. And it's very difficult to short too, because this could spring back like 10% at any point of time. So good time to sit on your hands and on your cash in general. Okay, so that's the wrap, guys. Sign up for my channel, click the like button, and write me some comments. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you tomorrow.